What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Excuse me. Now, before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we are now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows? Maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the year. Only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, excuse me, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in excuse me, in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever Collector's Rare. Because it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a Collector's Rare, because I also pulled this. Freshly pulled out of my Genesis Impact box opening that I did a few months back is a Collector's Rare Beat Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. I'll try and get that into focus. I don't think I will be able to. Maybe I will. No, I don't think so. I tried. But honestly, this thing looks absolutely amazing. Centering is a bit off from top to bottom, but that's okay. It still has the potential to get a PSA 10. Is it possible? Absolutely. Will it actually happen? Only time will tell. But with that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's biggest issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest issue. Deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which actually ties into today's video, which is this. Which championship do you guys want to see Asuka win before she retires? Let me know down in the comments below, because for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the possibility of Asuka retiring from professional wrestling altogether. Now, everyone... Sorry guys, I had something on my arm. Now everyone knows that Asuka is one of the most gifted talents that we have in professional wrestling. She's won championships in Japan. She's won championships in NXT. In fact, even still to this day, with her victory over Roxanne Perez this past Tuesday, she is still undefeated in NXT, and that's insane. That is insane. Think of the championships that Asuka has won over the course of the last, what? Oh, I want to say last, what? 7 years that she's been in WWE. NXT Women's Champion. What? 2-time Raw Women's Champion. SmackDown Women's Champion, and Women's Tag Team Champion, and she's also won Money in the Bank, excuse me, and has also won the Royal Rumble, and also won and Elimination Chamber. So she's basically one of the first females to be the Ultimate Grand Slam champion, which honestly, that's impressive. That is impressive. Not only that, she's also the former WWE Women's Champion and the last ever Raw, actually 3-time Raw Women's Champion, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3-time Raw Women's Champion. I goofed for a second. Yeah, 3-time Raw Women's Champion, the last Raw Women's Champion, but the first ever WWE Women's Champion as well, which honestly, that's impressive. That is impressive, but the question is she going to retire? Well, we found out part of sports, from Sportskeeda, big shout out, no copyrights as always. Apparently, Charlotte Flair is going to be teaming with Asuka to go after the women's tag team titles one more time before Asuka retires. Now, we know that the last time Charlotte Flair and Asuka teamed to become tag team champions, it was back in 2020, actually, during COVID, during the Thunderdome era at TLC, where both Charlotte and Asuka defeated Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, actually, to win said tag team titles, only for them to lose the titles to Jax and Baszler. What, a few weeks later? I want to say a little over a month later. So it's possible that they could team up again. It's very possible, but only time will tell. And ironically enough, there was actually a tease last month where at a live event, it showed Asuka and Charlotte Flair embracing one another after their match against one another at that live event. They even also teamed up as well against Damage Control, which consisted of only Bayley and Io Sky on just just 9 days ago? 9 days ago on SmackDown, and I believe Asuka and Charlotte Flair actually won that match, actually, if I remember correctly. So it's possible that we could see it happen. And you guys are probably wondering why they teamed up and became tag team champions the first time. It's the old adage, iron sharpens iron. Everyone knows that Asuka is one of the most prolific performers in professional wrestling in general. But everyone knows that in spite of how Charlotte Flair became a champion, in spite of all of that, Charlotte Flair is one of the most prolific performers in WWE today. And that right there is no easy feat. Charlotte Flair has only been in WWE since the summer of 2015, which is only 8 years. 8 years. Actually, no, I take that back. Since 2013. So she's been in WWE for a decade. Since 2013, when she got signed to NXT. And honestly, 10 years, 14 women's titles, a women's tag title, a Royal Rumble. I mean, that right there just speaks for itself, to be quite frank. And honestly, I think those two teaming up together, one more time to become tag team champions, I think would probably be okay. The problem is that the last year or so, we've seen we've seen tag team champions get injured. Liv Morgan is one of them. Sonya Deville is another. Just to give a prime example. Even Raquel Rodriguez and also Aaliyah, who ironically enough, before she got released from WWE, Aaliyah was a tag team champion alongside Raquel Rodriguez, and she got injured. So guess who stepped up? Liv Morgan. Liv got injured. Guess what? Raquel went at it on her own. So the question becomes, are the tag team titles truly cursed? No, honestly, I don't. I think it's just creative not having any faith in the women's tag team titles. I think that's what it is, in my honest opinion, because the tag team titles came around in 2019, right before WrestleMania, and the first champions, Bayley and Sasha Banks, they were the ones that held the tag team titles from Elimination Chamber all the way through WrestleMania, and it didn't really sit well with fans, because they wanted to see Sasha and Bayley go even further with those titles. It just didn't work out because of creative. Honestly, Charlotte Flair and Asuka becoming tag team champions one more time before Asuka retires, I think would probably do them justice, because as I had just talked about just a bit ago, the last time these two were champions was at TLC in 2020, at the end of 2020, and they were tag team champions for like a month. So the way I see it, the question becomes, how does it get booked? How does it get booked? The way I see it, with Charlotte Flair challenging Io Sky for the women's title this coming Friday on SmackDown, the way I see it, Bayley injects herself into the match, forcing a disqualification. Io Sky retains. Asuka comes out, saves Charlotte Flair. They become a team. They become a team once again. They break away from that very same women's title, and they put their focus on Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, and that right there would set up a match for either Crown Jewel or Survivor Series, depending on how far they want to build up that match. The way I see it, build it up for Crown Jewel. I think the way I see it, Crown Jewel, the premium live event Crown Jewel, doesn't get enough love as it should. And I think the best way to give it that much love, if you will, in terms of fan reactions, if you will, is by putting the women's tag team titles on the card, and Asuka and Charlotte win those titles. They hold on to the titles until, I don't know, until through WrestleMania next year or something. They drop the titles, Asuka then retires. That's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it bound to happen? Only time will tell. But it's as I said earlier, with the old adage, iron sharpens iron. Asuka and Charlotte have won so many championships in WWE across Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Charlotte Flair being a two-time NXT Women's Champion, Asuka becoming the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion of all time. Both are former Raw Women's Champions. Both are former SmackDown Women's Champions. Charlotte Flair being the last ever Divas Champion in WWE. Both are former women's tag team champions. Asuka being a 3-time champion? Yeah. If I remember correctly, being a 3-time women's tag team champion alongside Kairi Sane, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. Think about that. Think about that. If that right there doesn't prove that Charlotte and Asuka deserve another shot at the women's tag team titles, I don't know what is. But as far as Asuka goes, if she were to retire, the question becomes what kind of legacy would she be leaving behind in WWE? I think it's her legacy from her time in Japan, because her legacy goes back decades, at least 20, maybe 25 years. 25 years, we'll say. And if she were to retire within the next year or so, within another year, she'll immediately get inducted into the Hall of Fame, and she'll have earned it. She definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and I think the best way for WWE to celebrate her career is by her having one more match at WrestleMania, defending the women's tag team titles alongside Charlotte Flair. In which case they would retain the titles, but Charlotte Flair would have to find a new partner to hold on to the women's tag team titles, which at this point it could be anybody. It could be Bianca Belair, it could be Becky Lynch, it could be Roxanne Perez. Hell, for all we know, it could be Blair Davenport or even Jade Cargill, for all we know, because Jade Cargill is now signed to WWE. So only time will tell. To close out this video, I'll say this: no matter what Asuka does next from this point up until her possible retirement, Asuka will go down in history as one of the greatest women's champions we have had, not just in WWE history, but in professional wrestling altogether. So with that being said, guys, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.